Hey, USMC Saxoki here. Thanks for tuning in. I wrote this article about a year ago before I bought my Zero, and it's essentially about how electric vehicles keep people from over consuming and consuming things, consuming more, consuming too much. So it's kind of a minimalistic type thing, but yeah, here we go. So it's Sunday, and I've been thinking about consumption and how electric vehicles keep me from consuming a lot. I'll start by throwing out a quote I made up to highlight my point. The bike lives around your life. You don't live your life around the bike. What does this mean? After test riding an all-electric Zero SR motorcycle, I decided I will never buy a gas-powered bike, ever. Either I won't have a bike, or it'll be electrically powered. Much of the concern with electric vehicles is that they're limited range and long recharge times. Now, I'm a huge advocate of electric vehicles and love to talk about them and all their advantages. At the same time, I can agree with some of the reasons against them, and will admit electric vehicles are not for everyone. For example, yes, you can only go so far before having to stop for a long time, let's say 2 hours conservatively before moving on. Unless you can afford a Tesla, then it's a little less time. Is this always a bad thing, though? Getting back to overconsumption and that quote I made up, let's look at the difference between a Harley Davidson and a Zero SR. With the Harley, I owned one for 4 years. I found myself planning long rides lasting multiple hours. Not necessarily because I really wanted to ride for a long time, but because I could. This happened a lot. I rode further than I wanted to, spent a lot on gas. Premium was around $4 a gallon at the time, and Harley's required premium. And would get home, tired, sunburned, and with my weekend day gone. This can be said about gasoline-powered cars too. Because I don't have to think about it or worry about it being range and time to refuel, I plan things I don't necessarily want to do and spend more time and money than I should. I take long trips when I'd enjoy staying home more and appreciating all the things I work so hard for. So getting back to electric vehicles, you have to think about where you want to go. You have to plan where you go. And if it's out of range, you just don't go. You stay home or go somewhere locally. Electric vehicles may keep you from overconsumption and ultimately save you a lot of time and money. That's what it comes down to for me, saving time and money. Even with my Chevy Volt, which gets about 45 miles on a charge, I don't like to drive it past that 45 miles because then the gas generator kicks on and I get 40 mpg essentially. So I plan trips and my day around that. I save money, time, and stay local. That's with 45 miles of range. With a 150 plus mile range EV, I could really go everywhere I need and or want. To further emphasize my point, with an electric motorcycle, you go on a 50-mile trip, which I think is a fairly good ride. Take a break, turn around, and go 50 miles back home. Plug it in, recharge it for 2 to 8 hours, and ride again. You have fun, save money, save time, and ultimately get the same experience. Now, I will say, it's kind of a side note, that a 100-mile trip on a bike is actually a pretty long ride. I mean, you're gonna be sore, you're gonna be a little tired. That's a long ride on any bike. So, yeah, 100-mile ride's a good ride. Getting back, electric vehicles can limit me in what I do and where I go. But is that such a bad thing? If the bike lives around your life instead of you living your life around the bike, perhaps you'll save time and money. Perhaps you may be happier and have more time to enjoy your freshly cut lawn this weekend. Alright, hey, quick little video. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you want to, subscribe. If not, hey, I don't really care. Hey, live smarter, live simpler, live with more money, Saxoki your life. See you next time.